So when you look at actually deciding how you're going to go about teaching in an online space, one of the ideas I always like to keep in my head is the distinction between a complicated problem and a complex problem. And this works based on Dave Snowden's Cynefin framework. If that's something that interests you, we'll put a link in and you can search for that and get a sense of it. Broadly speaking, things that are complicated respond to a step-by-step response. They're things that you can search for and copy and paste and expect that whatever you're finding in a copy and paste are likely to be the right answer to the question. There are lots of things like that that are really important foundational concepts in any field, definitions or lab procedures or the way that academic citation happens. They're all complicated things that you can search for and find an answer. Any of those things on the internet are things that students are going to search for. So you, in a classroom, you might have that as an activity. Did you remember how to do that? Asking that question in an online space just simply isn't going to work, right? Whereas when you deal with complex concepts, things that don't really have one specific answer, how good are you as a parent? What's the best way to be ethical in a legal situation, right? Those are things that depend on the context. They require you to explore what's happening. They require personal opinion. There are going to be different opinions in the field, and they're going to be dependent on all kinds of other issues. Those things are also really important to teach, and they are complex, and those respond really well to the internet. So if you're asking a question in some place like a discussion forum where you're trying to engage in a live synchronous activity, asking a complicated question is likely to get you a copy and pasted answer. Somebody's going to think you're tricking them, or you've set up a situation where you already know the right answer and you want them to give you the right answer. That's okay. But on the internet, you're going to get something that's copied and pasted because that's how information abundance works. However, if you're looking for something that's more complex, what's your opinion about that thing? What are the different opinions and how do you feel about them? Or what are the implications of doing a certain technical project in a different way? Those kinds of questions are going to give you the potential for a really rich discussion online. So when you are thinking about any activity or question or challenge or topic, think about, is this a complicated thing? If it's complicated, I can handle it in this way. If it's complex, I handle it in an entirely different way.